So this video is going to include the text and audio logs from the remake of Dead Space 1. So that does not include the vid logs or the audio logs that have to do with Isaac in the main story. So basically any side missions, anything related to the crew of the Ishimura, anything that has to be found like a collectible. I will be reading the text parts. The audio parts will be done by the actual people in the game. I will put the picture of the person talking and then any other information as well on the screen, so it's easier to follow along. Besides that, I think that's it. I think there will be one vid log though of Captain Matthias, but all the holograms and all that will not be in here. Anyway, that's it. Let's get started. Per your request, here's what we could find on the specialist they've sent for the repair mission. Isaac Clarke. Isaac was born to Paul and Octavia Clarke on Earth, in the eastern seaboard of the American Republic. Paul Clarke was an award-winning ship architect, employed by the Galactic Union Merchant Marine Corps. His records show extended time off-world, away from his family. When Isaac was born, Paul was given a temporary reassignment to an Earth-based GUMMC ship production facility. During the 4-year tour, Paul and Octavia raised Isaac together. When the tour was over, Paul was shipped off to an extended off-world tour. Paul's influence on his son must have rubbed off. Records indicate Isaac pursued studies in mechanical and electrical engineering and achieved high honors. According to medical and psychiatric reports, Paul Clarke's absence had a profound effect on Octavia. She suffered from depression and personal anguish, until doctors encouraged her to find fulfillment by working with charitable organizations. It is believed this is how she ended up in contact with the Church of Unitology. At first, her association with the church appeared to alleviate her mental condition. Cancellation of her therapy sessions corresponds with the local parish announcements of her initiation ceremony. There are indications that she sold off much of the family estate to finance full membership in the church, and the soul cleanse they require to enter the higher ranks. Isaac appears to have been selected for a prominent engineering school. We surmise that he was unable to afford his tuition. His records show that he instead attended a lesser-known school with the help of scholarships and financial aid. After graduating with high honors, Isaac enlisted in the Merchant Marine. He quickly gained a reputation for his resourceful engineering solutions, and after 2 years was promoted to a higher profile position, closer to the major shipping lanes. Isaac's career stagnates at this point. This will coincide with the psychiatric reports that his mother's mental health was deteriorating, and the bank records showing payment to the psychiatric facility for treatment. This seems to be where Isaac met a medical officer and a newer psychiatrist called Nicole Brennan. Her name appears on Octavia's physician roster. The two of them ended up cohabitating until Brennan accepted a promotion and left to serve on the USG Ishimura. Paul's return from his extended tour coincided with Octavia's release from the hospital. Whatever his assignment was, Paul's service records remain a mystery, classified by executive order, and unless he confided in Isaac, he took his secrets to the grave. The next records we have are death notices for both Paul and Octavia. Their bodies were willed to the custody of the Church of Unitology, along with Clarke's entire estate, apparently on Octavia's wishes. Isaac's repeated petitions to have his parents' bodies returned seem to have been ignored, since the church refuses any inquiries related to its members. The cause of death is unknown. Overall, Isaac's more than qualified to handle a job like the Ishimura. I talk politics over religion though. Kendra Daniels, I couldn't find anything on her in the time you gave me, but Doralton swears by her. Apparently she's on the mission with his recommendation. If he thinks she has what it takes, who am I to argue? Imagine a world with basic resources like fuel, ore, metals, and ice are hard to come by. Imagine if humanity's need were entirely dependent on the nearly extinct resources of Earth and the dwindling supplies of its colonies. Older readers don't need to imagine such a world. You lived it, less than a century ago. Looking to the stars for additional resources was nothing new, but at the time, the only shock point capable of ships were smaller vessels that could barely keep up with the demand. Enter the Ishimura, named after the celebrated astrophysicist and inventor of the shock point drive, Hideki Ishimura. The USG Ishimura was the first of the massive platinum crackers. Built in 2446, she has enjoyed a long and storied career. The Ishimura was the first vessel of her size to utilize the shock point drive for large-scale, commercial deep space expeditions. At her inception, the Ishimura was hailed as the savior of the colonies. She was created to mine and process asteroids, and even small moons with remarkable efficiency. She was also the first ship capable of pioneering scan and catch technique for harvesting mineral-rich asteroids. Utilizing huge gravity tethers, the Ishimura could lock onto asteroids and pull them inside the ship's massive collection bays for quick and efficient smelting. At 62 years old, the Ishimura is still in remarkable shape. Her equipment has been upgraded over the years, and many of her interior spaces have been retrofitted to take advantage of current technological advances. Despite so many long years of service, she remains a pride of the CEC fleet, and is still the company's largest planet cracker. Whenever a vital deep space mining project requires skill, experience, and dedication, the Ishimura is ready to answer the call. It is ships like the Ishimura, and the dedication of men and women who crew her, that built the Concordance Extraction Corporation into the trusted, dependable resource provider it is today.
It didn't die. We shot that fucker right between the eyes and it didn't die. Smith had to shoot its fucking arms and legs off. For God's sake, send help!
Keeping this off rig in case Benson's listening in. You in for poker night tonight? Or are you just gonna keep letting Caitlin walk around with your credits? I'm in, but can you not invite Pavley this time? I know he's still blaming himself for Shirazi's accident, but no one wants to hear about anyone's fucking nightmares. Especially that one where he saw Shirazi up and walking around, with half his head missing. And don't give me shit about it, I'm serious. It's messing with me. Last night I had one of those dreams where you wake up, you know, but my dad's sitting next to my bed, talking to me. It felt so real I kept seeing him out of the corner of my eye all day. And trust me, that's one son of a bitch who needs to stay dead.
Benson to engineering. You got a stasis module handy? We need one in tram maintenance stat. The autoloader's fried. I got a damaged tram car on the tracks, and if the whole system's gridlocked, guess who they're calling?
Temple here, sending a stasis module now. What happened to the autoloader?
No idea. A lot of shit's been breaking down, and I keep hearing things. Down in the gears where no one could be, you know?
I know. I hear the tests on patient Harris were inconclusive. Given the reports from the colony, he's lucky to have his faculties at all.
Well, a divine experience would leave an impression on anyone's mind.
Perhaps. But I saw nothing divine in all that blood. The suicides.
This is a revelation, Terrence. We just need more insight to translate it.
You think this insight can be found in Mr. Harris's psyche?
I'm positive. And with Captain Matthias barring any visits to Aegis 7, this fellow may be our best chance.
But Harris is Dr. Brennan's patient. And your methods... Look, Mercer, things are complicated enough already. I can't sign off on this.
You'll do what's best, of course, but how long can we afford to wait?
The diagnoses are stacking up as fast as I can file them. Sleep paralysis, hallucinations, nightmares, paranoia. I'm getting patients from all over the ship. No underlying cause is showing up in the environmental analysis, foodstuffs, or radiation levels. I admit I'm at a loss. Mercer says he and Kine are working on the hypothesis. So in the meantime, I'm treating the symptoms. I'm seeing some improvement with sensory deprivation treatments in our zero-G therapy pods. But the sheer number of patients we're managing bothers me. Those systems are old, and they need an overhaul. With so many pods active, I worry what might happen if there's a serious power outage down there, but nothing else seems to help. I suppose the odds were low enough. I'd rather take a small calculated risk than have dozens of miners and engineers impaired around heavy machinery.
Personal log, Dr. Nicole Brennan. With medication and zero-G therapy, patient Harris is showing improvement. If this continues, there might be hope for the others on Aegis 7. However, Dr. Mercer continues to interfere. He claims Harris's delusions are religiously significant. If I have to make a complaint, I will. I'm not losing my patient over unitology bullshit. Not again.
Okay, diction is on. I'll keep your name out of the transcript. Thanks, it's just so hard to remember what's real. Your church mentor talked to you again. He knows me and my girlfriend want to leave. I can feel it. Our last seminar was all about heretics. How every unitologist who leaves is an enemy to humanity. Unitology is big enough to take care of itself. This is about what's right for you. Just be careful. The church pulls out these tricks when they feel threatened. They have neuropsychologists too. Even if you get out, they'll try to... Dr. Brendan? Sorry, did something happen? I had a patient who... I tried and her son tried so hard, but I will fight with you. With everything I got. But never underestimate how strong the church's pull can be.
Surgical log. Dr. Charles Mercer. Copy to my secure terminal. I convinced Jurgens to show me the video feed from the colony. It's remarkable to finally see what I've sought all my life. The miners, this transformation, the divide death self. Kine is erring on the side of caution. His faith has been shaken by these necromorphs, as he calls them. How strange, when my own faith has been so richly rewarded. With or without Kine, I must study one of these creatures. Or the next best thing. Brennan's patient, for example.
The vidlogs from the colony are poor quality, but I've seen enough to confirm the discovery to Ben. The artifact appears to be a genuine marker, the first to be found since Unitology's founding. We must get on board at the first opportunity, so I can begin a proper study. I can't even imagine the potential of such a find. The black marker offered revelations beyond our wildest dreams, and that was without the benefits of current analytical technology. This new marker, what secrets could it have? What wonders could it offer to humanity? To the Church of Unitology, without Earthcuff here to seize them first. This marker could herald the dawn of a new age, and I would do my part to see that age come to pass. Maybe this is fate. In the darkest time of my life, the Church and its teachings comforted me, saved me, and now I'm here, in the right place at the right time, to be of service to all of humanity, to repay those blessings. Amelia, if only you could be here now.
Mercer, it's Terrence Kine. You were in surgery, so I left this with Warwick. He'll be discreet. I just got the latest report from Aegis 7. The situation's worse than Captain Matthias will admit. 40% of the colony's population is now showing symptoms. Depression, hallucinations, more violence. People are dying down there. I know it's linked to the marker somehow, but I just don't have enough data. Mercer, maybe I was wrong. We need answers by any means possible. That patient, Brent Harris, might be our last hope.
Zoe. Specimen 426 is ready for harvest. I was about to notify Alvarez to prep for medical leave, but when I checked the database, I saw Ensign Sable has been moved ahead of her. Is that right? Alvarez has been on the waiting list for 3 months now. I thought arm transplants took priority over a cornea. Here's your clinical error. One of them bought CEC stock at the last purchase. One didn't. Guess which one was suddenly bumped up to vital personnel. It's not worth the headache to push back on it. Trust me. And before you think about filing an ethics complaint, just remember the wise words of Hippocrates. Shit rolls downhill.
You left me. I woke in the dark with them scratching in the walls. Scratching like rats. And you all locked me in with them. Fuckers. I'll cut them out. I'll cut them out. I'll cut them out.
Harris is asleep after another dose of sedative. He seems literally unable to sleep without chemical aid. Most people succumb to exhaustion after more than 50 hours of waking, regardless of circumstances. Not Harris. His bizarre explanation of the events on the colony points to the same paranoia we've seen elsewhere planetside. His guilt is not in doubt. 2 security officers were present when he took Dr. Sorelia hostage, and also murdered Nurse Evans. And Harris doesn't deny his actions, but he shows no remorse. In fact, he insists there was no crime, specifically that Evans wasn't a nurse when he killed her. This is classic psychopathic behavior, but Harris exhibits no other symptoms. He is affable and friendly, able to empathize and offer original opinions. When questioned about Evans' murder, however, he becomes withdrawn and uncommunicative. He claims the explanation is stuck in his mind, and that talking about it mixes up its message. He also undergoes intermittent hallucinatory periods, again similar to those experienced by other colonists. During his long waking periods, Harris exhibits writing behavior on any available surface, claiming the dreams need to speak, and that he's attempting to make it whole again. What that means, I haven't determined yet. Given the complexities of his case, I plan to reach out to my colleagues for more insight. It is my unfortunate duty to officially pronounce Captain Benjamin Mathias dead. Reports of the exact circumstances surrounding his death are conflicted and will be left out for investigators to determine once we return to port. I will constrain my comments to the condition of the body. The subject was in generally good health for his age, though a cursory blood test indicates his leukocyte count was very low, with eosinophils in particular almost non-existent. His pre-flight physical exam showed no such problems, indicating rapid onset, but it does not appear to have had any effect on his death. Multiple protrusions on the arms and hands indicate a brief struggle pre-mortem. Like contusions around the ribcage indicated he was restrained, likely for a brief period. Cause of death was a single prolonged trauma to the ocular body, which continued on through the cavity wall and into the frontal lobe, causing rapid neurotrauma, seizure, and death. The angle of the penetration to the ocular cavity indicates the injury was not self-inflicted. Examination required the removal of the object to confirm cause of death, but it has been preserved for the investigative team to study. I therefore have no alternative but to record a preliminary verdict of unnatural death. Whether deliberate or accidental is beyond my jurisdiction.
Engineering log. Acting Chief Engineer Jacob Temple reporting. Christ, still can't believe the chief is gone. It's all fallen apart since the captain died. Everyone down here is on their last nerve. We thought the rioting was the worst of it, till those things came through the vents. Their faces. Fuck, those were my lunch buddies, Liz's friends, old boyfriends. And out of nowhere, the engines are screwed. Primary's laboring, we're hemorrhaging fuel. Fuck if I know why. I'm taking Danvers to the fuel depot to fix it. Gotta keep the team focused or we'll crack. Temple out.
I got it. Who cares how much it costs? I got it. Perfect in every way. Every curve, every line. No ads could do it justice. Grasping hands, everyone wants it. So where to keep it safe? Not here. Can't be anywhere public. Authorized personnel only. Right in the depths where everything's forgotten. Got to camouflage it with other shipments. Only I could ever know.
We need help down in engineering. Danvers, get those wires up. Tell us to shut out. I don't want to. Christ, Henderson, your teeth. He's pulling his teeth out. Just hold him. Where the fuck is security? Oh, God. He's dead. No, he's alive, but he hit that sink pretty hard. His own teeth. Chief, what the hell is happening? I don't know. Cancel security request. Henderson needs the medical bay. And a shrink.
Adding this to my maintenance priority request. Maybe something in writing will make them pay attention. That unidentified growth reported elsewhere on the ship has reached engineering. Not even medical knows what the hell this stuff is. It looks like someone threw their guts up all over the walls. And it smells about the same. It's spreading faster than we can cut it up, which is pretty disgusting in itself. It's already busted the cargo lift, and it's getting into the engine spoke. We can't find a way to stop it soon. It'll be all over the main engine chamber by the day after tomorrow. Meanwhile, I'm heading to the mining deck. They got PFM 100s in storage for ice mining, and they can spare the fuel. Maybe cauterizing this stuff will do the trick. Just hope it doesn't smell worse when it's on fire.
Last valve's done, Chief. Progress report filed by Jacob Temple. The engine problems aren't a malfunction. Someone shut off the fuel lines to the primary engine and damaged the valves to hell and back. We just wasted an hour fixing them. Now we need to restart the south refueling station, but some jackass turned off the power and locked up the circuit breaker. No engines? We're gonna hit planetfall soon. What now? There's gotta be someone around here who had a spare access card. Go see. Wait, you hear that? Trevor, go!
More absences. It's not just the unitologists sneaking out for their religious exemptions or whatever. We're seeing serious gaps in rotation. People going on sick with sleep deprivation, self-inflicted injuries, or just disappearing. They go off shift and they don't even come back. Someone said the ship's been attacked. Bullshit. We're at the ass end of nowhere. Who come all this way to attack a mining ship? And yeah, the captain is dead. But Carmack says one of the bridge staff killed him. I swear to God the rumors on this deck are out of control. Update. Lost contact with the bridge. No rig link. No security hardline. Nothing. Okay, this is beyond rumors. Fuck this. I'm getting out of here while I still can.
Engineering log. My last log. Temple reporting. I can't raise anyone on Riglink. I think my team is gone. I found the kinesis module that someone used to bust the centrifuge. Burned out. Who would sabotage the Ishimura at a time like this? I'll report to the bridge, if anyone's left. And then I'm finding Elizabeth and getting us the hell off this ship.
Tai, Zhang, you there? Fuck. What's keeping them? The centrifuge is still offline. We're running out of time. No Wrigley contact since they left, Chief. They're gone, aren't they? Well, we armed them with everything we had. They'd have sent word if there was trouble. What, did they fall down a fucking hole? Shit, there's a full tectonic load hanging off our ass. What if we turn off the gravity tethers? Drop the load, buy ourselves some time. I tried. Unless I rip out half the ship's wiring, it takes a CFC board member's override to drop all that ore. Can't risk pissing off the shareholders. Went out the centrifuge to balance the ship. We're talking planetfall in hours, if we're lucky.
This is mutiny. The marker must be delivered to the church, whatever the cost.
God's sakes, Ben, listen to yourself. The Ishimura's in crisis, you've cut us off. By Maritime Law Article 5469, I, Dr. Terrence Kine, hereby declare Captain Benjamin Matthias unfit for duty.
Heretic!
Hold him. Ben, you're not yourself. Let me help you.
Traitors, get your hands off me! This is my ship!
Oh my God, you... Ben, you saw I was trying to help him.
Doctor, you just killed the captain. We have to take you in.
I can't. If the others from the church get a hold of me.
Stop!
Security, come in! We've been boarded! I repeat, the ship has been boarded! We are under attack! They've killed most of the deck staff! Where the hell is Steve Vincent? We need security backup now! Guns are useless, What in God's name is that?
This rig code permits the recipient, Warren Eckhart, executive access aboard the USG Ishimura until such time as it is revoked by Captain Matthias. Please secure your rig and do not allow others access to restricted areas. Separate codes must be obtained for any staff members. Comments. As requested, Executive Director. Altman be praised.
Elizabeth, it's Jacob. I came to the bridge looking for you, but it is completely fucked. I'm not sticking around in case whatever did it comes back, and neither should you. It looks like the admin staff went to the mining deck to meet up with the other survivors. I'll head there too. If you aren't with them, I'll find a way to contact you. I promise.
Benjamin, further to our recent conversation, I'm putting in writing that we should delay bringing the marker up from the planet for a day or two. You know how eager I am to study the marker, and I understand your sense of urgency given the events on the colony, but that's exactly my reasoning. What's happening down there is not just too unprecedented to act incautiously. We need time to study the causes and effects. After consulting with Dr. Mercer, I like to meet with Drs. Sorelio and Welland Planeside. Their observations on the particular patient may be invaluable to understanding what we're dealing with here. Trying to work out how fast they spread. The flight deck was the first to go, probably thanks to that shuttle crash. Most of medical is overrun, and losing ground by the hour. Engineering can't be too far behind. No word from cargo or communications, so not expecting anything but bad news when we do. Our best hope seems to be the mining deck. Dallas says the infrastructure down there is still running, but if they took security out that fast, how long can we hold out? United we ascend? Is Unitology a new hope or just another scam? If you've been living on Mars for the past 200 years, you might have missed the fastest growing religious movement in history. Unitology boasts a following of millions, counts powerful CEOs and officials in its ranks, claims $78 billion of stock in multi-global companies, and owns two of Earth's largest financial institutes, the GPSG and the Unitas Energy Investments. From its beginnings as a cult of personality, Unitology has been a respected, established religion. Most people know the basics. 200 years ago, Michael Altman, a respected geophysicist, blew the whistle when he claimed to be the biggest cover-up ever institutionalized by Earth government. The discovery of an artifact, or marker, which proved beyond a doubt that there is alien life in the universe. The government labeled Altman a kook, but his claims struck a chord with some, and his mysterious death soon afterwards fueled that interest, along with some civil unrest and demands for action. Unitologists believe the marker contained the code, the key to eternal life. Through rebirth and ascension to heaven, the kicker is you have to die first. They say the government is hiding the marker somewhere, keeping its secrets for themselves. Across all of human space, Unitologists praise Altman's martyrdom and await the day God comes to take them to their new life beyond death. It all sounds pretty harmless, but like any cult, there's a dark side. Unitologists are ranked in the church. Nobody talks about it. Most of the critics believe there are at least 3 ranks above the average believer, or initiate. With each new rank, more of the church's inner workings and research is revealed to a follower, and these ranks are achieved by one simple criteria: giving money and power to the church. Think taking all your money is bad? The church also requires their members to donate their bodies after death. Why? What did they do with them? Nobody will say. And attempts to infiltrate the inner circle have failed, with their emphasis on transformation and rebirth. Maybe we wouldn't like the answer, even if they told us. One rumor that also refuses to die says that the church is funding a secret shipbuilding program. Some claim to have seen the fleet. No documentary evidence has ever been supplied, but the claimants all say these mausoleum ships, despite their huge size.
There. I have to record these days. The old memory, you know. As I was saying, the new treatment I'm developing should be just the ticket. The trial is very promising.
Trial?
You'll be back at your post in a jiffy with CEC none the wiser. Unless you don't trust me.
No, of course I trust you. Let's, give it a shot.
Volunteer 9 is a young male, testing my new tissue regeneration formula. I expect death within the hour, but the changes to the vascular system are very promising. One moment for the cleanup.
For the last time, get a trauma team in here. Yes, I called 3 times. My patient is crashing. Get off your smoke break and help me.
That's why you're writing this down? The church would thank me later. I hear it too, Mr. Harris. Others find the marker signal a burden. But for me, it's inspiring. New surgical techniques, new technical designs. A pity I can't grasp the deeper nuances like you do. You mean the codes? Or the voices that are hungry to be heard? Hungry, like stars are hungry. And to think those fools tried to cure you. You have divine insight, Mr. Harris. I can interpret it. The deepest secrets of the marker, convergence, even the hive mind itself could be ours, if you trust me. God speaks through the marker. It needs to be heard, but I can't give it to you. I try, but it slips away, like it's stuck behind my eyes. And the best means to retrieve it would have unfortunate consequences. Unless... Tell me, Mr. Harris, do you know the term cellular regeneration?
Surgical log, Dr. Charles Mercer. It's a shame. When I began my research, Terrence Kine's insights into the marker were invaluable. Now he's been reduced to sending little missives like this one.
You butcher! I saw your hunter! I know who it used to be! That cellular regeneration? Good God, don't you see what you've done? I agree with Amelia. If this is unitology, I want no part of it.
My diagnosis? Poor Terrence is suffering from the same dementia reported on the Aegis 7 colony. Amelia, for example. The only Amelia is ever mentioned was his wife. And Amelia Kine died 7 years ago.
Convergence, where the bodies of the dead will rise, united, undying, made whole by the marker. So we're taught. But all this raw material, all my work, and the marker remains inert. Ever since that first contact, as it were, words repeat in my head. The markers must be absorbed. Divine insight, perhaps. Perhaps that creating my hunter is part of the answer. And yet No, I will not doubt. No unitologist has ever been so close. To cheat death, that withered old tyrant. I must have a matching tenacity.
Surgical log, Dr. Charles Mercer, tissue regeneration experiment 5.
Please, not
The children of the marker, Kine's necromorphs, have provided all the material I could ask for.
You said you
And the infector variant has provided a key insight.
You promised.
Implanting the material directly into the brain renders optimal results.
Doctor,
Of course,
please.
that requires puncturing the frontal bone just above the glabella.
Please, no.
Don't worry. It's been sterilized.
Hydroponics log, Dr. Elizabeth Cross. Now that sprinklers are fixed, we're working close to maximum capacity. All flora is thriving and food yield has created a surplus. I had the surplus packed up so we could send it to the colony. But Captain Matthias is strictly enforcing his no-fly order. It's ridiculous. I'm lodging a complaint. Everyone knows Aegis 7 needs help. What harm could some fresh fruit do?
Elizabeth, as requested, I've attached the latest test results for that organic growth we absorbed on the ship. I know you're busy, but we really need to run a joint study with Dr. Howell. This substance is absolutely fascinating, giving it its affinity for dead tissue. At first I thought it was some sort of fungus, but the cells most closely resemble bacteria with viral behavior. This organism infects other cells through osmosis, and then mutates and reproduces agnogenetically. What's most incredible is the speed at which it grows. One of these bacterium reproduces 20-fold in just 1 minute. That's why we haven't been able to pinpoint any specific origin point. I think it just seemed to be in multiple points on the ship, all at once. I've never seen anything like it. I won't stake my reputation on it, but I think this may be a genuine alien life form. Professor Hawley theorizes that it's a habitat transformer. The levels of gaseous discharge are tremendous, which is why it smells so bad. But to what end? We simply don't know. What organisms might exist symbiotically with it? Are they out there? Could they be sentient? I'll keep you posted.
Hello, security. This is Dr. Cross in hydroponics. Something just hit the hull near food storage. We think it's a rogue asteroid. I have people injured from decompression. We need medics and crowd control right away. Oh my god. What the hell is this? Everyone out of food storage! It's alive! How can it be alive?
Pull all the regulators from the purifiers and crank them up as high as they go. Fucking crazy, but it's all I can do. It should burn off at least some of the gas, I think. Fuck, I don't know. I have to try something. Seeing Hindika puke her own lungs. I can't. That can't be me. Oh god, help us.
This is Liz Cross. Hydroponics. I need to record their names. Hidaka, Holly, Andanov, Park. So many. I don't know how much gas they took in. I just saw them change. That crack when their lungs burst out like flowers. Jacob. I love you. And I'm so scared because I know how to kill the Leviathan. So I have to stay until it's paid for every single one of them.
Dallas here. Security to the mining deck now. Dr. Kynes lost it. Get back! I know how to use this. He'll limp for the rest of his life if you don't give me codes to the cargo bay. This is processing. Why the hell would we have codes for cargo? I must get to the marker. We're running out of time. Give me those codes. Christ, is this what you did to the captain? No, Ben was an accident. Don't you dare compare me to someone like Mercer. I'm trying to save you. The marker's our only hope. No, let him go. He's armed. Where the fuck is security?
Secure the subdeck perimeter. IEDs, plasma cutters, tripwire, survey charges. 3 injured and Lingwin is out of action. Her medication ran out. Rest of the supplies are holding out so far. Ammo, food, water, and thruster fuel. Even without the stuff for the SOS beacon. Entry 2. Wired external accesses. All the mining bays are online now. Lincoln unconscious. Nothing we can do. Entry 3. They broke through the floor vent. One of those flying fucks went right over Lincoln's body. Then we were fighting 6 instead of 5. Cut them up and shipped it all down to the smelters. For a quick cremation. Can't take any risks. Entry 4. Survey charge went off too soon. Less Schiegel, Fake, and Zittel. Never seen the inside of a head before. Took them to the smelter to be cremated. And then took inventory of supplies. Can't sleep. Entry 5. Too dangerous here. Took some gear to hold up somewhere safer. McSweeney followed me, yelling about being selfish. Me? He was the one leading those things right to me. I fixed McSweeney. Visited the smelter. Can't sleep still. Entry 6. Can't sleep. Cold. I hear the others yelling. They're gonna get me killed. Update. Lincoln's right. I need peace and quiet. And the smelters need fuel.
Supervisor Dallas. Final log. I've made sure they can't leave this subdeck. But neither can I. I've seen what they do. To the bodies. What they become. And I cannot let that happen to me. At least if I don't have any limbs. And I can't kill anyone when I'm infected. Please. Tell Dawn and the kids that I love them. I can't! Oh! God! Come on. One more. Oh! Come on, man. Just one more!
Planet Crack of Aegis 7 was conducted today. Everything went smoothly from our end. There seems to have been problems planetside, and we've temporarily lost contact with the colony. But tethers are stable, with torque well within acceptable parameters. First rock ball was extracted from the tectonic load, approximately 1 hour after planet crack. It has been processed, refined, and smelted for sampling. Results exceeded even optimistic initial estimates. Normal recovery is around 35% mineral, 5% fossil, 60% waste. Material from the first ball was 65% mineral and 0% fossil, in line with expectations. That's 6.5 tons of ore from a 10-ton ball. Full production is now in progress, focusing on an EQL5, assuming it's not an anomaly. We've hit a mother load.
Communications log. First comms operator Bailey reporting. I want this on record. The ship is under attack, but Captain Matthias has refused to issue a distress call. And we all know why. This whole operation is illegal. Aegis 7 was sealed off. They knew it, we knew it, and we all kept our mouths shut. That ends now. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. This is USG Ishimura calling C. Wait, what the hell? Jesus. He took the whole comms array offline. It's over.
It happened again. Third time in the last, however long it's been. I came in after shift and found Roswell at the transmitter again. They looked like hell. I don't know if they ever slept since the last time I caught them in here. And very reassuring to see the chief engineer in that state. Rosen didn't hear me come in, so this time I just listened. They were talking to the relay crew again. Talking, then listening. They'd even laughed. God, how long has it been since anyone on this ship fucking laughed? I know I should say something to engineering. I've already told Rosen over and over that we don't have any comms crew. That relay is broken beyond repair. That no one is coming to save us. And they listen, but it's like they can't keep those thoughts in their head. As if it's too great. I get it. Everything on the ship is too much. So this time I just let them talk. If a broken transmitter and a mic full of static gives them something to hold on to, maybe even helps them keep the ship running a little longer. Who am I to judge? And yeah, maybe I've talked into the same transmitter. Once or twice after hours. Just in case, like that poem says, hope sings a tune without the words. It never stops. At all.
This is Commander Cadigan to all hands. We have been boarded by hostile forces. Hostiles are alien. Repeat, alien and extremely dangerous. All personnel to arms. Fire at will.
CEC vessel USG Ishimura. In breach of EarthGov system isolation order, believed to have recovered Marker 3A. Special Ops has confirmed the system, but unable to provide planet location. Special Ops advisory follows. Exercise extreme caution. If Marker 3A has been recovered, onboard infection is a credible threat. Operational orders. Shock point to the Aegis system. Move to a position outside the local scope range, and await signal from the Ishimura to confirm location. Objectives are to secure the marker. If infection is present, initiate sterilization protocol, Eurydice. If infection is not present, initiate containment protocol, Apollo. All personnel must, without exception, submit to a full psychological examination during debriefing. I couldn't do it. I'm so scared of blood. I was going to be left behind. The doctor understood. He fixes everything. He said there was a gas that could help me. He made sure all the pipes are connected. He said now all we had to do is breathe, and the holy creatures would come for us too. Nice deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you for everything. What is planet cracking? Planet cracking is quite literally the dismantling of planets and moons on a macro scale by dedicated vessels, known as planet crackers. Entire worlds are fractured with a gravity tether to reveal the rich seams of valuable materials contained inside. These fractured pieces of debris are mined, processed, and then shipped to their destination. You may have read environmentalists' reports claiming that the destruction of a planet can destroy an entire solar system due to the disruption of gravitational forces that hold each celestial object in orbit. Some of the wilder reports claim that this causes the whole system to spin out of control, or planets to smash into each other. We would like to direct concerned investors to the article, Safe and Sustainable, CEC's pledge to the health of our galaxy, for a full detailed breakdown of the truths about planet cracking. The short answer is, planet cracking is perfectly safe and provides an essential service to Earth and its colonies. Out of over 36 planet cracks, only one operation has met with less than optimal results. Critics often cite the One Knot disaster 11 years ago, wherein a planet cracker, 3 supply ships, and a colony were lost due to a gravity tether failure. They rarely mention that since that time, the CEC has strengthened relationships with our manufacturers, committed to regular crew training seminars, and implemented safety protocols to ensure a disaster of that magnitude can never happen again. Before each planet crack, the candidate worlds are carefully chosen for their mineral content, net worth, and the safety with which they can be dismantled. Planet crackers are also invaluable for harvesting asteroids and rogue planetoids, which present a deadly risk to expensive infrastructure and installations. Planet cracking is a lengthy process, typically spanning from 3 to 5 years. Generally, the first year is spent prospecting and setting up the planet-side colony. To minimize losses, these colonies are intentionally a light outlay in terms of infrastructure. The next 18 months involve tectonic excavation, gravity tether maintenance, and related planet-side activities. The planet cracker arrives between the 2.5 and 3 year mark, depending on the process of excavation. Once the ship is in orbit, preparation for tectonic chunk extraction begins. This takes approximately 1 week. The removal of an excavated chunk into a stabilized geosynchronous orbit usually take about 1 day, 24 standard hours. During this process, billions of tons of debris break off from the underside of the chunk, creating an instant asteroid ring around the planet. While the floating debris is extremely dangerous, planet cracker ships have excellent asteroid defense systems to keep the ship and its crew safe from harm. The process is repeated until the entire planetary body has been broken up and processed. Smaller bodies, such as asteroids, are drawn into the mining bays and processed directly, using direct processing beams to reduce waste. As you can see, the profit margins of planet cracking vastly outweigh solely planet-side operations, which may not be profitable for decades or more, and represent massive outlays in terms of personnel, infrastructure, equipment, and insurance costs. About us. The CEC, or Concordance Extraction Corporation, is the largest solar mining and extraction company in the Earth colonies, and the 5th largest interstellar company in terms of market capital. Since our founding, we have become a powerhouse of industrial might, and a major cross-system employer. With a generous budget allocating to election spending, CEC has always been able to maintain a strong market position and secure political support, thanks to our dedicated lobbying bureau. The CEC owns over 400 deep space vehicles, including 5 planet crackers, with the famous USG Ishimura as our flagship. The CEC pioneered the scan and cache technique, which is now a staple of asteroid mining, and was the first to implement shock point drives for commercial use. We are the largest supplier of precious metals to commercial interests across inhabited space. We take your financial security and the well-being of our employees seriously. When you invest in CEC, you are investing in a future we can all believe. CEC, powering humanity into the future. To Captain Matthias, referencing our pre-departure discussion, I am blessed to report that the Vested have authorized a premium stasis capsule for you aboard the Church's Holy Fleet. Congratulations. Your generous donations over the years had already covered all the post-modem stasis and cryopreservation fees. While I cannot guarantee which arc will safeguard your physical body, all fleet vessels are designated for centuries of deep space operation and are equipped with the state-of-the-art defense technology, ensuring that convergence will proceed without interference when the holy hour approaches. I must reiterate that this birth is conditional upon the successful completion of your pilgrimage. Once the marker is safely delivered into Church hands, and all electronic records have been approximately apprehended, I will be pleased to finalize your resting place amongst the Church's most blessed, including Altman himself. Praise be the marker and his prophets. Goddamn unis are running this ship. So far I know for sure. Captain Matthias, CSO Kine, 2SO Mercer, LCDR Holt, LT Carrillo, LTJG Pitts, LTJG Word, ENS Maynard, ENS Shand, ENS Sprella, ENS Neved. That many senior officers just happen to be marker heads? Can't be a coincidence. I know a stacked deck when I see one. Check some files. A lot of these reassignments started after Director Eckhart got chatty with the captain. Since when does a C-suit give a damn about personnel? She was only a voice at first, but now she is my constant companion again. I've forgotten how much her presence soothes me, and as always, she sees to the heart of the problem. The marker must be returned. Perhaps there must have been some kind of accident, some severance. Do the marker and the hive mind always coordinate? Or can the hive mind slip the marker's influence somehow? Regardless, if this theory is correct, if the two are now at odds, if the marker can quell the hive mind, will it cut the puppeteer's strings at a stroke? It seems obvious in retrospect. These necromorphs had no intelligence. How could they? Yet, there's clear, if rudimentary purpose behind their actions, especially the gathering of corpses. They're clearly following some drive to kill living organisms and gather biomass. But where does this drive come from? How does it command them? Do all necromorphs converted by a marker share this bond? Pack instinct? Or is it the hive mind demonstrating a genuine telepathic communication? Perhaps the first ever observed. How painful to admit the marker's horrors still hold a fascination for me. Now I think I understand my predecessors. Those who first studied the black marker, rather better. The road to hell begins with an unprincipled curiosity. Foolish, foolish, foolish. I should have known sabotaging the engines was only a stopgap. Are we returning to Earth? Is the marker falling back into the church's hands? Yes, Amelia. There are always alternate solutions. Always.
My friends, is this what you hoped for when you signed your lives away to the church? Does this carnage look like transcendence? I don't know what lies beyond death. Not anymore. But I do know our lives are more than just fuel for convergence. If we work together, we can fight this evil. It's not too late. Please. This is Jacob Temple. I'm being held prisoner by Dr. Mercer. That lying fucker lured me off the mining deck to build something. To make his markers start converging? I don't know. Liz, if you find this, don't touch that marker. And if you see Mercer, run. I love you. After David, I never imagined Fuck, he's coming back.
Time to go, Mr. Temple. You can just leave your force gun here.
If you want me to build your shit, I'll need it.
But you won't need these modifications, will you? They look like they could hurt someone. I'll hold on to them. There. Now the marker. You can go ahead of me, Mr. Temple. Safety first.
This is Sergeant Bram Newman. PSEC evacuation report. The shuttle's gone. Took off and then crashed right back down into the bay. Took a whole crowd with it. Must be 100 people dead. We've lost the rest of the shuttles. God help us. There's no way out. Anyone hearing this, do not land. I repeat, do not land on Aegis 7. Fuck the Ishimura. They left us to die.
Retrieve victims of Union Square mass suicide from Aegis 7. Bodies are to be transported to USG Ishimura morgue with security escort. Notify Dr. G. Dossman and T. Kine upon arrival. Sergeant G. Weller, Officer Blaine, Officer Hutchkins, and Private Carklins. Comments. Yeah, I know it's casket duty, but I think you'll like this one. I hear a buddy of yours is down on Aegis 7. And a kiddie assignment like this one should leave time for a meetup. Don't scare the rookie. I've quarantined former Dr. Clifton and Hogan. We're barricaded in. I intend to keep a complete log, no matter what happens out there. Different vectors of infection seem to be... Someone needs to keep a record. The marker's signal can change a body from a distance. We need to know. Update. The chest of Dr. Clifton's corpse has started to expand, like it's taking a deep breath. Something appears to be happening under the surface of the skin. The body's convulsing. There's a yellowish, briny liquid bursting from the mouth. He's choking? But he's... Oh god, I hope it's gas release. Okay, now there's, the esophagus is bulging and the jaw is collapsing. The head... His, head is splitting apart. It's reforming. Almost looks like a proboscis with feelers. The chest is splitting along the center now. The chest is splitting and it's stretching, expanding outward as the internal organs, muscle, and bone are bent inwards. Can I get a scanner, please? No, the scanner. Thank you. Update. So our internal organs have reorganized themselves. The structure isn't... There seems to be a central organ now resembling a massive bladder. The bladder is filling with a liquid, some of which can be spilling from the creature's proboscis. So the two must be connected. Update. The legs are quivering violently. The flesh is peeling away and... merging with the flesh from the chest. Fuck. Shit. Sorry. The leg just bent backwards and... okay. Now the other one just snapped back at the knee as well. It's starting to sit up. It seems fully reanimated. Can we... Hello? Yeah, pre-sec. Anyone's free to euthanize. God, do I have to think of everything? Update. The spatter on the glass is making observation difficult. I missed that Dr. Hogan is also transforming. But it's not his legs are elongating. Somehow flaying themselves. And they're twisting with a mixture of his internal organs? It all looks like some sort of tail. His face is contorting, his jaw is clenching and unclenching. It's crunching on itself. And shit. Several jaw-like appendages are emerging from his mouth. But it can't accommodate the... Oh shit. His head is splitting open too. Like Clifton's, I can't... Oh. Update. Oh fuck, he's circling the room. It's not like Clifton, it's like hunting. Does it see me? No, the vents. He's going for the vents. PSEC, is anyone left?
Medical log, Dr. Nicole Brennan. So much for being paranoid. I repurposed this room to run counseling sessions without unitologists interfering. Now it's the only place I feel safe. I recovered a limb after yesterday's attack. Genetically, it's human tissue with bizarre mutations. But it's just a sample. It's not enough to figure out a cure. I need... Wait, where's that report from engineering? Here. The engineers pulled something out of machinery. Limbs missing, torso intact. Okay. Time for a real autopsy.
It worked. That sadistic son of a bitch. He really figured it out. You can hear me? Can you understand me? Can you understand us? My God, why do you look like her? Why do you look like you? You're not just her. This isn't... Just stop all of this. Do you understand? These creatures, all the death? I know you're responsible. What do you want to make it stop? She knew what was necessary. She offered everything she had, for everything we could give. Do you want to know what she knew at the end? Bring the markers, and we will make both of you whole again. Markers? Who do you... You mean your creators? How the hell would I find them? They dug you out of the ground. God damn it, just make this stop. Those who create must see convergence. She can't end what hasn't begun. Then she'll return what was taken. Return the marker to its place. Return the nexus to its sleep. If not the markers, then the architect will come. Time is patience. When fate is inevitable. Return the markers to the planet? That will stop this? But I can't. No, you need to end this now. Are you listening to me? Wait, where are you going, Octavia? Come back, Octavia.
Record then. What difference does it make now?
Terrence, I know the marker is responsible for the outbreak. I need to understand how.
It's signal. When it pulses, that signal can trigger alterations in genetic code. Neural structure even. You felt it, haven't you?
But how do I stop it?
Mercer must know. He's taken all his marker research up to his room on the crew deck and sealed... No.
Sealed it? Do you know how? Please, I need Mercer's data.
No, he'll kill you. I won't have more deaths on my conscience. Unitology was all I had after I lost Amelia. Look what it's come to.
Terrence, listen. I mean, if it weren't for you, I never would have made it this far because you made me stick with it.
Well, just remember, I'm giving you up for 6 months so you can do this.
You loved Amelia as much as I love Isaac, but if I can't cure this outbreak, I'll never see him again. Please, help me.
39277. If you must get into Mercer's room, that code should still work.
Thank you. Here. These are safer with you.
Dr. Brennan. Nicole. The only thing Mercer ever feared was death. Now, I doubt he's afraid of anything.
Oh, God! Someone stop him!
This is Second Officer Sheik. I need security here right now.
No one's coming.
White, for Christ's sake, step away from the controls. We need our first officer. Captain Matthias is dead.
The captain's dead? Vincent's security team is dead? Who's left?
Step away from the airlock. That's an order.
Who's left, Sheik? A crew full of uni fanatics? Eckhart screwed us good, didn't he? If a CEC director could go that bad, maybe the whole company's rotten to the core.
just like Aegis 7. You think CEC won't send a rescue team for their precious planet cracker? Think what? We just need to hold on.
Yes. You probably should.
No, stop! Oh, you goddamn fool! Steal it! Do the airlock now!
I, Octavia Clark, of sound mind and in the sight of Altman our prophet, will herein document my final wishes. Namely, I hereby bequeath all my financial assets, intellectual property, and physical properties to the Church of Unitology, immediately and in perpetuity upon the event of my death. I hereby request that upon my death, my physical vessel will become the sole property of the Church of Unitology, to be ushered to convergence in accordance with my religious beliefs. I hereby order that any previous will and testament in my name be considered null and void, in perpetuity. I hereby declare that any attempts to countermand these directives will be considered a direct violation of my civil and human rights. We, the undersigned, declare that our sister in fate, Octavia Clark, has composed this document cognitively and of her own free will, and we hereby witness her final wishes.
Engineering log. Chief Engineer Ariel Rousseau reporting. Centrifuge maintenance is... what was I saying? I haven't slept right since they brought that marker on board. I'm a little, the only thing I remember clearly is that engine inspection. I went into the chamber, and instead of the primary engine, there was a heart. A heart the size of the room, just pumping and pumping. Then Henderson said something, and when I looked back, it was a machine again. But I can still hear that pumping in the distance. It's almost peaceful. Could that help me sleep? Oh, if I can get close enough. Yeah. Go right inside, maybe, where it's warm and dark? Ooh, yeah. That makes sense.
Hey, with the decommissioning next year, I'm looking to trade on some of that Ishimura prestige for my next posting. Got any tips? I want to head back to Seoul. If I'm in deep space any longer, my kids won't recognize me. Luna's a no-go if those NHSF fuckers are still trying to draft anyone with Pulse. With your rating, you should absolutely try for the sprawl on Titan. The mining sounds like cotton candy compared to Aegis 7. And word is that they built out the station since new investment came in. Shopping malls even. Holy shit, remember those? CEC sponsored family transfers to the sprawl if your record's in good standing too. I don't know how old yours are, but I hear it's a great place for kids.
Security, we got some freak called Harris stealing from ore storage.
Dr. Mercer sent me for osmium to complete his work.
Yeah, I don't care if God Almighty sent you. You skim from CEC's profit margin, we get screwed.
God?
So, you can put that osmium down, or I can break your arms first.
I worked with people like you on Aegis 7. They'd steal my power nodes. Leave me to dig with no light.
Hey, get off me!
But when they abandon you in the dark, it's not empty. The marker whispered its revelations there. Now I understand them. Do you want to hear?
Warning. Untrained personnel may not use suit kiosk.
No, stop, please!
I said please when they shut me in. Screamed it too. I promise I won't laugh like they did.
Warning. Suit kiosk is obstructed. Serious injury may occur.
Oh God! Help me!
Dead they ascend to the stars. Blessed are the watchers who guard their sleep. May the Holy Fleet endure beyond the reach of our enemies. May the Brethren make them whole. For our fleet and its sacred cargo, glory everlasting. For those who disturb their stasis, blessed death will deny them. Praise be the markers, and Altman, their eternal prophet.
You don't mind me recording, do you? You'll lose language soon.
It's so green here.
There are worse places to work discreetly. They keep poisons here that would never be allowed near medical, and now You're invulnerable to all of them. Cellular regeneration. Will I kill you? If you try, Mr. Harris, I have options. The containment module, for example. Remember your last brain surgery? Stasis with consciousness? Quite useful. If only I hadn't wasted so much osmium on my last module design. It hurt. And how do you feel now? Dead. Awake. Whole. Then perhaps it's time for your first real hunt.
They walk in white, untouched by red. They order the living, they shepherd the dead. A finger's touch, we're frozen still. They are the answer, they are the will. Beyond the stars, the brethren wait. Oracles deliver us from humanity's fate.
There once was a ship from the CEC, the Ishimura USG. She cracked the moon with gravity. Go me, bully boys, go! Ha! Soon may the Callion come to save our souls and take us home. One day when the fixing is done, we'll take our leave and go. 3 years she served her tour, 30 planets cracked and poor. The captain called no fly and swore he'd take that mucker in tow. Ha! Soon may the Callion come to save our souls and take us home. One day when the fixing is done, we'll take our leave and go. La da 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 la da 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 da. Before the ship could set on home, tragedy struck and the colonies are gone. The old red marker done them wrong and brought the miners low. Ha! Soon may the Callion come to save our souls and take us home. One day when the fixing is done, we'll take our leave and go. The ghouls aboard a mystery spoke of immutology. The captain swore he'd keep his creed and drag his crew down so. Ha! Soon may the Callion come to save our souls and take us home. One day when the fixing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Excerpts from The False Messiah, a book banned on Earth in most colonies. A religion is born. When Michael Altman went public with his research on the black marker, the world was teetering on the brink of self-destruction. Many people, myself included, felt civilization was at an end. We couldn't change the world by ourselves, and most of us didn't want to. What Altman offered us, this chance at rebirth for humanity, was exactly what our hungry, empty souls were looking for. Practically overnight, our hope for humanity was renewed. Even when Altman was forced into hiding, allegedly for fear of government retaliation, his acolytes Stevens and Markov risked everything to bring his word into light. His books sold out within hours. Millions flocked to conferences where we were taught the greater truths of the marker. We stared in awe at the evidence of this alien artifact. It would change everything. And we did whatever Altman, through his acolytes, told us to. We rallied against the government whose oppression kept our profit from us. We joined together in congregations to share his word. We prepared ourselves for the future he said was coming. Where were you when Michael Altman was assassinated by our government? It's a question of our generation. I suppose it's certainly the day when everything changed for me and the world. A revolution. The murdering of a scientist turned savior, Michael Altman. The god fanatical zealots, and I was one of them. I wouldn't be outraged by the images of his broken, brutalized body, as if a clean death wasn't enough. I wouldn't be moved by a stoic Markov, struggling on through the verge of tears during his eulogy. In those terrible days, we birthed and maintained the tenets of a new religion, known now as the Church of Unitology. I was only a follower, but I was suddenly part of the biggest social movement in history. The riots that followed and the crippling of our government on colony after colony made me realize we finally had the power to change things. As no one knows exactly what is contained in the black marker. Some claim it contains genetic string that grants immortality through gene therapy. Others say it contains DNA of an alien life form. Even Altman confessed to not knowing exactly what it is for. Altman's insights drawn from the marker were used to form the basic doctrines of the church. As claimed in the popular book, death is only the beginning. Humans learned that by death of the worldly spirit, they would be reborn in unity as a stronger, unending community, whole and divine. They call it convergence. Death is an important event in the journey of a unitologist, and seen as a necessary step to be reborn. The body is considered holy, and it may not be cremated or be allowed to decay in the ground. The bodies of faithful are given to the church for safekeeping. What they had taken is unknown, but I've seen massive unitology compounds on all of the major settlements. I have visited, curious. I asked around. No one would tell me what was housed inside. I uncovered evidence of massive shipments of preservative chemicals being sent to compounds on a regular basis. It was around this time my superior, Paragon Fortney, brought me in for my first soul cleansing. Despite the headaches and nausea that continued to plague me, I managed to sneak into the shipyard. I had almost regained full function of my legs, and was able to make it into what appeared to be a nerve center of the operation. What I discovered were ships, massive ships and lots of them. Stasis storage tubes lined each of the hundreds of exposed cargo bays. I couldn't see any of the bodies, but I knew what the tubes are for. What I couldn't figure out was why the Church of Unitology needed to transport so many suspended bodies in what looked like to be deep space vessels. Before I could continue investigating, I was recaptured, and the real soul cleansing began.